What's going on, everybody? Thanks for joining me once again on the Roaming Prepper channel. I'm your host, Pete. Today, we're going to take a break from No EBT November and go into something else, which actually is interrelated to some extent, which is the effect of AI on OSINT, open source intelligence, and global intelligence. And AI is not just a buzzword, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, that market for AI assisted intelligence went from 18.2 billion this year. It's expected to go to 50 billion by 2029. For comparison, companies like Halliburton, Chevron, and Exxon are in that 50 to 100 billion size, for those of you who want to think about it that way. The entire air industry is at about 70 billion, if I read correctly. So this is not a small market. And AI has helped a lot of individuals, such as ourselves. And if you haven't used it, again, it's like any other tool. You can use it for bad or for good. Has automated data collection to a level that we never really saw with Google or library research or microfiche or any of the past technologies. We're seeing a 42% increase in AI use for intelligence. As a matter of fact, and I'm kind of had a few notes here. And of course, there's some scary stuff like Palantir, right? Which is believed to eventually expected to come out into the public and be this facial recognition / recognize your license plate, track where you are software and solution for law enforcement, which a lot of people worry about privacy and security. And if I'm a bad guy and I'm looking for someone, well, if I can hack into that, I can figure out everywhere they go and then go do bad things. But on the flip side, the AI and open source intelligence combination has actually worked out in a lot of people's favor. For instance, in 2025, the AI-powered open source stuff actually flagged 15 million malicious emails that were tracked back to an Iranian-linked hacker group before it made it to their destinations, and people would start clicking it and then compromise the security of their companies or their homes. And it has stopped over 2,600 known hacking attacks because the AI is learning to recognize the attacks. Now, of course, it goes the other way, right? You have things like deepfakes where they, one of the popular scams lately is they will call an elderly person, someone who's not familiar with AI, and they'll mimic the voice of a niece, a granddaughter, a nephew, someone dear to them saying, grandma, I'm being held hostage. You have to send whatever amount of money they're going to text you the account number. Not knowing any better, granny sends, $10,000 to this scammer, and then the grandchild walks home and, it's like, Grandma, what did you just do? I was in high school, These are the kind of bad things. The other bad thing is AI could be used, hypothetically, to monitor the movements of police vehicles, patrols, military installations, and can be used to look for weaknesses that can affect us. Deepfakes exploded. So over here it says 179 incidents in Q1 of 2025 alone. That was up 20% from the same period in 2024. Videos mimicking leaders, videos and audio mimicking other people, and also fake news type of, they create an entire fake Fox News or CNN headline. These kind of things will skew and kind of cloud the data. So when you're trying to find information, it makes it really hard to know what to trust when you have AI helping you and you also have other people using AI to deceive or mislead you. And then of course there's laws and ethics, but again, a criminal isn't going to follow laws and ethics. So you have companies trying to establish boundaries. The bottom line is use of OSINT as well as artificial intelligence, as well as independent research going directly to different sources that you trust, is the best route. What you want to do, it becomes a don't put all your eggs in one basket philosophy, right? So if you're doing your own research or you're trying to understand something, yeah, AI can help. You can say, hey, I want to learn about what's the best, I don't know, off-road 4x4 available for this amount of money. Is it the Toyota 4Runner, the Ford Expedition, a Jeep, a Bronco? Like, what do I do? And AI can give you the pros and cons of each, and that's wonderful. But what you also need to do, using that car example, is you need to go and drive the freaking vehicle. You need to read actual reviews from other people, assuming they're not AI, but, you know, talk to people you know and say, hey, you own this vehicle. What do you think of the Bronco? What do you think of the 4Runner? Last but not least, talk to the dealerships and look your own technical information. The bottom line is AI can be used as a tool to consolidate and compile very large amounts of data and help you organize your thoughts when you're doing research, whether it's prepping or whether it's you're trying to look up a historical fact, you're trying to get some understanding of the stock market, whatever it is you're doing. But keep in mind, there are a lot of scams going on. So a few pointers for what we can do. One, use AI responsibly if you're going to utilize it. Remember that AI is a machine too, so garbage in equals garbage out. So if you see something that looks stupid, it might be stupid, and you can ask the AI to give you the links of its sources, and then you can look and see if it understood it correctly. As far as your personal security, be careful what you put into public AIs. Also, I'd recommend you be mindful of what you post on social media, because other people could use that same AI against you. Last but not least, secure your passwords, have physical backups of things. Don't put information into websites you don't trust. But again, AI can be used, it can give you a lot of power as far as multiplying your efforts. You know, instead of you spending 7 hours figuring out what links to read in the first place, something like AI can compile them for you. But it can be used for scams, it can be used to monitor and predict the behavior of people, companies, resources in the military and law enforcement, so that bad actors can find gaps and commit crimes or do bad things, because AI has told them, you know, between this time and this time at this location, you have an opening to go and commit some kind of act. So we need to understand the limitations and the dangers of AI. As an engineer, I'm not offended by AI. To me, it's simply another tool that allows us to do what we need to do as far as keeping our information as, how would I say it, as concise and as accurate as we possibly can, but always cross-check your information. Always double-check your sources and double-check what's being kicked out of the AI. Because like I said earlier, garbage in is garbage out. Anyway, a little break from No EBT November. I will tell you right now, for those of you looking for resources, if you are being affected, either you don't have food or someone in your circle doesn't, you can actually, speaking of AI, you can actually use AI and ask it for a list of places you can go where you might be able to find resources before you start driving around and wasting gas and time. Keep in mind, though, that AI will only get the data. Polls may not be completely up to date. It may be from the last week or the last web page renewal. So if the food bank was open last Saturday, but they may be closed today for whatever reason, AI may not know that. It may tell you, hey, you can go to this food bank and they can help you, and you go there and they're closed because they ran out of supply. They just haven't had a chance to update their own website for AI to look at it and understand that. So double check your sources. Keep your passwords safe, have physical backups where you can. If you have to keep electronic backups, keep them on a separate drive that's offline. And most importantly, use common sense. And again, if you're being affected, you can use AI right now if you're being affected by the shutdown to see if you can find some alternate sources of food or support during these hard times. That's it for this one. A little more techie than I normally get, but I wanted to share these thoughts. You guys be good, be safe, God bless, and I will see you all on my next video. You guys take care.